Hey guys, what's up? It's GamerZero here, and today I've got some really cool news, in fact, about the new DLC drop 4 for Black Ops 2, which includes the new zombie map Origin. Now, before we get into it, I do have some in the background, Nacht and Toten gameplay from Black Ops 1. The reason why I recorded this, and I recorded it about 4 days ago, was I was going to upload it because I had a feeling that this new map, due to the leaked photos and videos of this map, the upcoming map, I had a feeling it was going to be in, well, like around a World War I setting, because it was the gun they leaked, and the letters being written in such a cursive language on old notes, and the 1917 date. So I had a feeling it'd be around World War I's theme. So I'm going to talk about what I think the map, of what we've learned so far, what we know about it so far, what could we be looking at, Easter egg wise, storyline, etc. So in the trailer, which I will again link in the description, it showed various different things. It was really fast cinematic kind of scenes, not really much more of a gameplay review. We saw one at the very end. There was a very interesting, actually. It was a 1,000-foot robot, which I'll describe in, which I'll talk about in a second about the relevance of that. But yeah, that was shown in the trailer. But the first thing I wanted to focus on was the Black Ops 1 maps and the Black Ops 2 maps. If we go back into it, it's spelt out. Well, Black Ops 1, we had the maps. We had First Strike, Escalation, Annihilation, Resurrection. So they were the first and only zombies maps, or actually, sorry, DLC map pack name. Now, Treyarch knew at that time, they had the storyline written out, and they knew that they were going to make a Black Ops 2 game. So, if you spell it out, First Strike, Escalation, Annihilation, the first letter of each map pack name spells out fear. So, if we have a look at the Black Ops 2 maps, the last letter of each each zombies map also spells out a word. So we have Transit, Die Rise, Mob of the Dead, and Buried. Transit being T, Die Rise at the end of Die Rise is E, Mob of the Dead D, Buried D. So it kind of spells out Ted. Now that's no coincidence, and I actually did not pick up on that. In fact, a few of my subscribers posted a comment saying, hey, can you please look at this theory I came up with, blah blah blah. And it kind of is true, you know, Fear Ted, which is really no coincidence. So it kind of proves that maybe the last map would obviously be Y, so it's Fear Teddy. And the confusing thing is, this map pack that's coming out now, Apocalypse, starts with an A. So for it to say Fear Ted, it wouldn't be Fear Teddy. It actually stands for now Fear Tedda. But if we think about it, this could also be Treyarch's way of introducing Black Ops 3, due to the possible fact that Fear Ted is the two words, and the beginning of the new word is and. So for A for and. So that's something that I thought of. A few subscribers posted that to me saying Fear Teddy, but now with the new mapping starting with A, it could obviously be an introduction to Black Ops 3, so we'll hopefully find out. And another interesting thing about this new Zombies map is that we don't actually play as Russman, Misty, Carl, Martin, and Samuel. We actually play as the Black Ops 1 characters. And by Black Ops 1, I mean Tank, Nikolai, Takeo, and Richtofen, which is a bit confusing because we're following Richtofen's instructions, yet we're now going to be playing as Richtofen. So I'm a bit confused on how this is going to work, but then again, this could come back to time travel. Now, people have been telling me Transit was based in the 1960s, or roughly 50s, 60s. Now, the weird thing is, if this were to be what, as the notes, that the track leaked these notes, which will show up now. So I'm not going to run through them all, but all the dates, I'm going to leave this for another video, but all the dates in these notes that Black Ops 2, that were leaked from Treyarch, actually show each date says 1917, progressing from September to December. And so the interesting thing for me is how Transit, if it was meant to be set in the 60s, that makes sense. And then Die Rise, well, there's not really an accurate date of that, it's more of just what we assume. But Mob of the Dead, we'd be assuming also the 60s, due to the fact that the escape from prison and the story in real life, the mystery one, is actually set in 1962, so again the 60s. Even though Mob of the Dead was out of the story, it's still, the map setting was meant to be in the 60s, or the early 60s. And the fact is, Buried, we don't exactly, again, know a confirmed date of what setting that is, but I don't understand, with Origins, it looks like we're in the setting of World War I, the end of World War I, 1917. So, like, you know, 1914 to 1918, so we're looking at 1917. So this is what is kind of making me think that time travel might be applicable, due to the fact that we're playing as Richtofen, who we, in previous map, we're listening to for power control. So I'm going to read the description that that a website's given off, and I'll link in the description. But it says Origin. So here it is. Origin takes a player to a diesel punk stylized World War One era France, where they will encounter the return of the 4 original heroes from the very first Zombies map: Tank, Nikolai, Takeo, and Richtofen, as well as hordes of zombies that overrun trenches and fields, as well as the ruins of a mysterious and ancient location. So that already confirms that we're in a World War One environment. We're playing as the original maps, and as it said, we're in trenches and fields. But another thing it also said was we, as well as ruins of the mysterious and ancient location. Now, in the trailer, they actually showed snippets of what looked to be one part from. There was a number on the wall which looked like the same number in Ascension. So that was also one, but it also showed a almost like a Mayan calendar, the circle Mayan calendar. So that could also, when they say ancient ruins, they could be referring to like more of a kind of Mayan sort of thing. So yeah, we played as Shangri-La in, the Mayan thing was in Shangri-La. Not only that, they also provided the synopsis, which says, unleashed after the Germans unearthed the mysterious element 115. This next chapter in the Zombies' legacy will explore the saga's origin, as players reunite with the unlikely band of soldiers that come together to defeat the greatest evil of the world has ever seen. Using a period-specific arsenal that includes wonder weapons that harness supernatural powers, a diesel drone and Mark 5 tank, a Mark 4 tank, sorry, as well as a new perk machine and power-ups. And that's just the start. Players will need all the help they can get to succeed in defeating the undead, as well as evading an unprecedented 1,000-foot tall robot abomination. So it seems that we're going to be we can play in a diesel drone and a Mark 4 tank, which is unusual. In World War One, World of War, sorry, they Treyarch allowed you to play in these tanks. So maybe that's what we're looking at here. But also, it says that we're evading an unpresented 1,000-foot robot. So that's kind of saying that we can't actually take this thing down. So we kind of have to run away from it or evade it in every way possible. So that's obviously the big thing. And they also say this is and that's just the beginning with a new perk machine, power-ups, etc. So what do you guys think of this, of the new maps? You know, do you think that it's possible that we could be time traveling back? Because remember in Call of the Dead, when we had to do the Easter egg, they were locked up in that, they were locked up in a room, and they were talking about how they time traveled. So it could be possible that, you know, they time traveled back in time into a World War One 1917 setting. So what do you guys think? Put your comments in the description. I'm interested to know. I hope you guys did enjoy the video, and I will talk to you guys soon.
This is Houston. Say again, please.